because I'm delighted to say that I am joined on the show now by some of the cast of Wyrd Sisters. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. You might recognise some of those dulcet tones. He was on last night on the evening show. Hi, Ross.
How are we doing?
Very well, thank you. We're going to come to your character. Well, start us off, actually. Introduce yourself in turn. I'm going to start off with Ross. Who are you and who are you playing?
I'm Ross from the evening show. I'm playing the Fool in Wyrd Sisters next week. It's going to be very fun.
Love that. And we've got, I'm going to ruin this, Sarah. Hello, who are you playing?
Hello, I'm playing Nanny Og.
Nanny Og. Erin, who will you be playing?
I will be playing Howell.
Howell. And we've got Kate.
Hi, I'm playing Granny Weatherwax.
Love that. And Wyrd Sisters, for those that are kind of not au fait with Wyrd Sisters, this is one of the works, or an adapted works, of Terry Pratchett, who of course built this wonderful world through novels. Any of you super fans of Terry Pratchett before this came along?
Yeah, me.
Oh, come on then, Kate. Give us a bit of context as to Terry Pratchett and this massive world he's built up, because there's quite a following for Terry Pratchett, isn't there?
Oh, yes. Yeah, there's still a massive following. In fact, one of the members of the cast who's playing Magrat, Ellen, has just come to the Discworld. She's just started reading them fairly recently. So it's still gaining fans, even though he died some years ago. He writes about the Discworld, which is an imaginary world which floats through space on the shoulders of 4 elephants supported by a great turtle, which all sounds very complicated, but there's a whole world within it that people become very invested in. There's an arc of stories about the witches, and this is one of the witches' stories, featuring Granny Weatherwax and Nanny Og and a various cast of characters. Very much loved and quite real. I've been reading Pratchett for probably 30 years, and to me they're almost like family, these characters.
Wow. Erin, what's this process been like, going from a novel to an adaptation and actually bringing these characters to life?
It's been really interesting. I've read Wyrd Sisters, the book, and the play as well now, and just seeing the little snippets that come directly from Pratchett's work is really incredible, and it's been a really fun cast. It's been great getting to put it on stage. And
I suppose that's one of the key things, Sarah. There's an element of fun through these books and through these plays. What's been your takeaway in rehearsal so far?
It has been a very happy time rehearsing this. It's a great script. There's jokes on almost every page, and we've got to take it seriously when rehearsing. But yeah, it's great fun.
Yeah, and you're under the directorship of Adam, who we've chatted to, and I've seen him do Shakespeare. Ross, what's it been like having Adam there directing this wonderful piece?
It's good. I mean, it's for me, it's the new man at the helm. He's been very good with us. It's been a very chill space, which is really good for a play like this, where it's sort of light-hearted comic themes as well. It's nice to have somebody who's just sort of like supports all of our crazy shenanigans. Mine specifically, because I've been getting up to some very interesting things at that stage, and to have that support from very supportive directors has been very good.
That's good, because it gives us a bit of insight as to your character, because from what I gathered, do you kind of break the mold from the other characters in this show?
Yeah, so for me, it takes me back to my old sort of comic pantomime roots, where I just sort of jump around and tell jokes and things like that. I sort of like really bring the lightheartedness into it, and also sort of like I'm an idiot as much as I have good ideas at the same time, but I don't sort of realize it. It's a very fun, interesting part to sort of bite into.
I love that. And Erin, you were mentioning your character. What similarities does your character have with the real world?
He's the Discworld version of William Shakespeare, so he wants to be taken very seriously as a playwright. He follows a band of actors, just constantly writing shows for them, and it's been really fun to get to do that.
And we want to be taken seriously with actors that want to take it seriously. Kate, you're no stranger to a comic role in a production at the Boulevard Theatre. How have you embraced being back on stage?
Oh, I've loved it. It's such a glorious cast. I don't think I've ever been in a show where at the end of rehearsals, we're almost there now, we are still laughing at the jokes. It's been really, really good to do. Granny Weatherwax isn't especially a comic character, or at least when she is, she doesn't know she is. So keeping a straight face has been probably half the battle, really. It's been quite difficult at times.
And then, Sarah, back to you. How has this been brought to life in the Boulevard? Have you been to the space yet, or are you still in the rehearsal room? What can people expect when they turn up next week?
They can expect almost to walk into another world. This is my first sort of big show on the Boulevard stage. I've done pint size there before, but other than that, I'm a newcomer. It's a Discworld, but it reflects our own world. It reflects Round World.
The Round World. What was it about this particular production that made you go from doing those pint-sized plays to doing a big play?
Like Kate, I've loved Pratchett ever since I picked up the first book over 20 years ago. I've done one Pratchett play before. We did Masquerade with Clarkson Row Players some years ago. And I've wanted to be involved in another one since. So when this came up, yeah, I jumped at the chance, particularly as I've grown big enough to get to play Nanny now. And she's a wonderful character. She's a sort of, not quiet, but a silly sidekick for Granny.
A silly sidekick. And there's quite a following, isn't there, for Terry Pratchett plays? Have you had any indication of people travelling down especially to see it? Ross, I'll come to you first on that one.
Well, I have had some people who, for me, it's really difficult to get people to come and see shows, especially sort of like work friends and like that. But I have had people who have said, oh, you know, ex-family member is a huge Pratchett fan. We've booked our tickets for the Thursday night. And it's really nice to see because usually with this kind of thing, it's like, oh, I'm not really a musical person. I'm not really a plays person. But if you put a name like Terry Pratchett in there, suddenly, you know, you get a lot of ears, you get a lot of eyes. And I feel like that's really going to draw in a crowd, and which is why I'm really looking forward to this one.
It's going to be fantastic. We have realised I haven't given anything of the plot away. Erin, you're the playwright in this one. Without giving too much away, because we still want a bit of intrigue, what can people expect when they turn up? What stories are they going to be following?
There's going to be quite a few different paths and turns and twists in this one, but you're going to follow the Duke and Duchess, the three witches. You're going to see a few people forming a merry band of traveling players. There's going to be a lot of things to keep an eye out for in this show. There's a lot of little hidden Easter eggs there.
I love that. Lots of hidden. I love an Easter egg, and not just at springtime.
Oh, don't we all?
So come on then, Ross. If we want to get tickets for this production next week, how are we going to go back and get them?
Through Vision Arts or the Boulevard Theatre website. They're all on there. Just look it up or just Google it, Facebook it. It's all right there. There should be some events for it over on Facebook as well. So just literally just look up Wyrd Sisters, look up Vision Arts. You should find it quite easily.
Amazing. And when's opening night?
Opening night is next Thursday. It's a week tomorrow.
A week tomorrow, and last production's on the Saturday?
Yes, it is.
So get your tickets now. You don't want to miss out of being part of this disc world. To Ross, you're on later on, and Saturday morning breakfast, of course. And to Sarah, to Erin, Kate, break a leg for next week. Have a wonderful show. Immerse yourself in this world. And I'm anticipating, because there's quite a few Terry Pratchett productions, that it might not be the last, hopefully. Is that what you're hoping for, Kate?
Certainly am.
Thank you.
It's my second time playing Granny. I'm hoping to keep it up.
You need your hat trick. You've got to get your hat trick. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning on the June Tom Breakfast Show with O.C. Davis. And I can't wait to see some of those rehearsal pictures and to see it come alive next week. It's 8:40 here this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
O.C. Davis, your leading dealership for MG here in West Wales.